Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. This is PC0813, joined by some of my pro trader colleagues for our Friday charts and beers. Had a wonderful, volatile week on Bitcoin. Have a lot to talk about that. Go over why we saw the move coming and what we think is coming next, more importantly. But before I get into my little spiel, because I do have quite a bit to go over, I'm going to pass it over to my man When Sailing and have him show us what he's seeing.
Awesome, guys. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is fine here and you can hear us loud and clear. Please let us know in the waiting room or in general chat inside our Discord or on YouTube. And as soon as we get the get-go, we will kick it off right away. But I think we had a really good week inside the Pro Traders launch. We had some really good action going on and also some really nice trades we took live on the session. I will go over a few trades we took with our traders and also how we alerted everyone inside the launch that we had a really nice shift in paradigm, a really nice shift in market structure, and that we were not looking for longs here once we were in this range over the last week or so. So just a very, very quick one. Basically, we did two trades live on the session here with our pro traders. We have about, I think it is 8 live trading sessions and a few stocks and forex sessions, a few charting sessions and a few altcoin sessions every week for you. We did a scalp here live on the session, and I told everyone I would like to take a short when we take out the high here. That is basically what happened. We got a really nice short position from the swing failure pattern here. We got some aggressive shorts in here and then moved our way again back up. So that were two trades that we took live on the session, and I also informed everyone that we are basically currently in a really nice range that is going on here on Bitcoin, but you also have to look at it on different instruments. So telling everyone that if we check the range here, it looks totally different. You see the Bybit wick here, and we informed everyone inside the launch that we would like to see this wick basically taken out, and that's exactly what happened here on the drop once we got out of this channel. But let's quickly have a look at how the channel looked on BTC USDT. For example, you can see there is no wick here. We had a perfect retap at the low, went up to the high, midpoint, and then broke through. And it is looking similarly here on spot. So really nice channel on spot, but even better here because you can see that we tapped it again, got a little pump out of it, and then lost the channel completely. So the channel is really important for me now as a resistance here. And if we think about picture perfect trading or playbook trades that we would see, we are typically thinking of a retrace up to the channel, and then we will short the resistance again of it. So you can have a look at both channels here, basically Bybit, BTC USD, or USDT on Coinbase to have, or USD on Coinbase to make sure that you have spot also in mind, but also keep in mind that again both are looking different, and we could have a really nice SR flip here of the channel or of other resistance that we have here. So just looking into the drop and how it played out, I'll show you again how well speed of waves worked out this week. Just zooming back here a little bit on recent price action, you can see here on the drop we got a really nice aggressive shorts into the low with a really nice pump afterwards to the upside. Let's quickly see what we got out of this speed of waves alert. 1.4% scalp. Remember, I'm a scalp trader, so 1% or everything above 1% is already really nice for me. And if we check the low here, for sure also the main low that was put in with a lot of aggressive sells into the low. So we got a really nice pump from it and another one out of it. Really fast price action, but also really good trades to be had over the last few hours here. We can see 2.5% and always good confluence if we have the same alerts going on Binance, but also on Bybit, for example, or BTC USD and USDT. So again, aggressive shorts here on Bybit into the lows, really nice. And do you know where the lows were? So really, really easy and really simple for everyone to mark out those levels. I'll show you them here in Atas. Basically, we got a really good support level here that I mentioned also inside the launch. As you know, previous VWAP close, we got a really nice untapped VWAP close. And as long as we don't backtest them very soon, you know that they are giving really good reaction. So we got about a 2.5% pump out of this VWAP close. And we did not only have the VWAP close here, but also a previous day equilibrium. So let me quickly see if I can pull that up again. I think we got some really nice levels here with the VWAP close. It was that one and that one. You can see how well those are respected. So basically the day here on the 15th and the close, we had an untapped equilibrium and the VWAP, and it was simply a perfect magnet and a tap to the upside for a really nice scalp trade or a really nice entry. So where we are right now, I would not open any trades here in this little consolidation range, basically after this crazy pump. Where I would look for the next trade is either lower for sure here at 21,900 region again, if we decide to move our way back down, something looking similar to this, grinding slowly back down and then for the upside, or ideally my preferred scenario, grinding up and then going back to the downside and lose the level, because overall I would still like to see lower on Bitcoin here. And we also have some really nice resistance above us and below us. So we have a little wave cluster that printed. You can see both clusters here, one above us around 22,800-ish area, also coinciding with the channel that we put in, and a really nice SR flip here of all the lows basically. And if we come back up into that level, I'll be looking for scalp shorts or day trade shorts around here, or longs here on the untapped VWAP again. So what I would like to see when we approach those levels again here with some bullish CVD diffs ideally, and again bearish CVD diffs on the lower time frame here for some shorts. But overall I'll be looking for aggressive shorts, everyone coming into the low, slowly grinding into it, everyone thinking, oh no, we're gonna lose the level, everyone shorting the hell out of it, and we will get a nice pump from all the shorts that we have again here at the lows. Similarly, very simple to the long side. If we get up here, we get a lot of aggressive longs, everyone thinking, oh yeah, we will be back inside the channel, we will get some really nice reclaim here, everyone longing to think that we will break up again. And then we just reverse and leave all those longs here in nowhere. That would be really, really good scenario for 2 easy trades here on Bitcoin. And overall, I still would like to see lower to get into a really nice swing position. So how does that look? How is that playing out? Let me quickly zoom out here for you. We can see here that we still have a really nice untapped liquidity around this 21,300 region, but I would like to have a move a little bit lower in order to get into a really good position. Remember, we're always taking the best. Let me quickly search where my cluster is. Here is the cluster, the important one that I would like to see backtapped for a swing long. We don't only have the cluster here, but also other confluence around this level that I discussed in the swinger session. Let me see if I still have the swing idea here, basically about that, where I informed everyone on the Sunday session that this is my preferred scenario here for a long, and we're closely or slowly getting there. So really looking for a reaction at these lows here, and I'm pretty sure my colleagues here will have some other nice confluence there. I also have some other levels, but I will not give out everything here on the public stream. I'll just show you one more thing that I've also mentioned earlier on Twitter. Here, basically the TWAP that I've been drawing out for the members inside the launch on the Sunday here. where I said, everyone, I would like to have this little move to the upside and TWAB and price then going down. And you can see how well that was respected so far. We could still range around here for the next few days, put in a really nice high here around the 22.8, 900 region, where we can take a short to the lower 2800 levels. And from there, we can look for some nice longs. But before I give out too much here, I'll hand it over to my colleagues and I'll catch you later. Let's see if we can get some volatility. So far, it looks really calm. Let me quickly jump here into speed of waves again to see if volume is picking up or something, but it looks pretty much going sideways with not all too much price action. CVD still dropping off on a really weak grind to the upside here on Binance. Let me see how it looks on Bybit. Yeah, CVD going sideways, not all too much action. And also here you can see the order books are pretty thin. There's not all too much going on after such a drop as would be expected. So let's range here for a bit, but overall, you know, the levels to the downside and to the upside that I'll be looking for a reaction here on Bitcoin.
Yeah, and that's the key, man, just being patient, because I've said this to the members in the lounge earlier that if you're trying to time the breakout of this little mini range, the probabilities are not in your favor doing that. Don't trade that. That's just coin flip 50-50 trading. Don't do that. Be patient. Have your levels above and below marked out. Good advice there. Alrighty.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go. Let's jump across the pond here. And Paul, are you with us?
I am indeed. Can you hear me loud and clear? Hopefully today.
Loud and clear. Let's see what Paul's looking at.
Okay, so after coming back fresh to the charts, I'm not going to deny it was difficult to get my foot in the door and do some charting and find levels. You know, when you follow the charts on a day-to-day basis, you have a break. It's hard. I can't deny to come back and find the levels that suited me. I'm more a intraday to swing trader, I would say, than a scalper. And I think that's why we all differ in the pro traders lounge. You've got scalpers like when sailing, and we're all very different. We all do different types of trading. Personally, I like to look for the swing trades. Just before it went away, a trade I was looking for was on a commodity called palladium, and thankfully we got the trade on this. I was looking for a swing failure of this low from back in March 20 on palladium. Obviously, this is quite a slow player, but got my level, and we finally got just by a few dollars. That's what you can see. There's a swing failure of that low, and to me, easy invalidation that. And so far, a nice little move up. This was posted in the members chat. I think it was myself and Trader R that were looking at this commodity alongside other commodities. And so far we're getting a nice move up. Okay, 8% from the low. Not big moves compared to Bitcoin, but on these commodities, and you can get some really nice 20, 30, 40% swing trades. No stress, no losing sleep overnight because you're going to get 80% moves or drops. For me, this works. This works really well. So I love trading things like this, commodities. Another commodity we've been looking at in the group is silver, and over time, we called this low back in July, and was hoping to get a long trade right up to the sort of 26-ish area. That never came off, and basically got this whole move anyway from the very, very low, where we called this in the group, of about 40%. So we did get a nice move. What we were looking for was a bit higher. What I'm seeing now, what I've been watching the silver with this trade, because I did have the feeling it was still going to go up, that potentially This, and now I'm no Elliott wave trader, but I do sort of understand the basics of one-to-ones and ABC corrections. And this basically level it's sort of found support at would give us a nice one-to-one extension if we get, let me just draw this. So if we get this move here, will give us exactly a one-to-one move. Now, I like the idea of that, and as such, in the group on one of the stocks and morning stock sessions, we found a level here at the low. Let me just have a zoom in here for you guys. And basically, what the confluence for this was, we were of this range. We had a value area low that was holding across this range basically, and should this have held, and we have an easy invalidation to look to take this higher on the back of the fact that other indices were looking a bit stronger and finding support such as the ES and Nasdaq and in line with commodities, commodities move up when the dollar moves down, etc. So we tend to find that pretty useful confluence with other guys in the group trading, do analysis on the dollar. Yeah, we sort of could see that this is potentially going to move up. So a nice level of support there, and albeit looks absolutely tiny. Sorry, excuse me. Looks like a tiny move on this chart. However, from the lows, we've having a decent move up so far, a few percent, which commodity wise, and the leverage we use on commodities is a nice move. So yeah, I'm looking to trade that higher in the coming weeks, hopefully. Again, very easy invalidation. Hopefully those that are in the trade are in profit in the trade, and can look hopefully to trade this higher to the target we have for this higher time frame, Gartley, basically. So let's see where we go with this. It never quite hit our target, and hence the pullback, and that would then make sense why we never quite hit the target. So with silver, what else were we looking at? Stocks and shares, obviously, with it being a specific stocks and shares and commodities sessions that we do in the morning, we try to do stuff live in the moment, look for big movers at the time. One that we found whilst the session was going on, or one that I found whilst the session was going on, was a stock call. Now, you have to excuse me for not knowing anything about this company, but just liked the look of the stock, liked the look of the move, and obviously we're looking for opportunities as they arise. I'm not having time to do fundamental analysis, which I would say forms probably about 10% of my trading. 5% of my trading is predominantly technical. I'd seen the stock move down early in the morning on, well, let's find what day it was. It was 1st of March, the session was. And I said to the guys in the group, let's have a look at this All Funds Group, PLC. No idea. Some bad news came in. It came down. It basically hit a technical level, golden pocket. We had a point of control. We have what I could potentially class as maybe some kind of accumulation going on. The low's been taken here and it working its back into a value area, coming back and testing the value area. And we have had this is a glitch. I will say it hasn't jumped up unless I'm seeing things now. It hasn't jumped back up to that level, so bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to double check on a live broker. No, it definitely hasn't. That's a glitch on TradingView. We've had a few percent move off this low, which was called to the dollar in the session. Okay, 7%. It's not going to make you a millionaire with one trade, but it's a nice easy move. It was done live in the moment. Just finding my feet back in the charts after being away, and that's one we found in one of the live sessions. I think that, I could go on forever, but I'm not going to. I'm going to give somebody else a chance and stop boring you guys. But this is the type of thing we do. I'm trying to cover stocks and shares and commodities here, whilst the other guys are going to cover some Bitcoin. I do trade Bitcoin and altcoins. I love posting my analysis on those, but for the time being, I'm going to give that over to the other guys who do it superbly well, if that's okay, and hand over to whoever wants to take the mic next, if that's okay.
That sounds great, Paul. And Paul had mentioned he's not an Elliott Wave specialist. We actually do have a couple with us. And General is one of them. I always love hearing what he has to say about the markets. So let's go ahead and pass it over to him and see what he's got for us.
That's Patrick. Hello, guys. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome. Paul, I was just hoping that you'll talk about natural gas there, but never mind. But that was one of the greatest trades that I've ever had.
Man, so sorry. I forgot that was one of the biggest movers. And I have to say, I'm in a beautiful trade with natural gas. Sorry, that's just... I didn't want to go through them all, but yeah, natural gas. I've got that up on my screen here, and... yeah, I mean, I won't switch over to, but what a beautiful move on that, mate! What a superb call on your behalf. You know, it took me a couple of entries to get into that, but hey, wow, well done, mate. What can I say?
Yeah,
It's flying, isn't
thanks, Paul. All right, guys. So Paul has just mentioned it. Then we can't go over everything. If I were to cover everything now, I'll just need like an hour to spend, especially that I'm focusing more on the Forex. I've got the very nice stocks that are doing very well, just like natural gas being one of them. But I'm just going to spare a few moments on Bitcoin and Ethereum. If the time is still on my side, I'll also just cover a few Forex pairs that we look at. But then, enough about that. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. There is a recent Twitter post that was shared by my colleague when I did the drop on Bitcoin caught you off guard. Guess what? The guys at the Pro Trader Line, we were very prepared for this. We knew that this was coming here. Just prepared some few screenshots here, obviously, to show this here. It's so nice to talk about this when it has happened. But I have to show you that this is not something that we just came up with now and said, oh, the chart have already done this, then we're going through that. So just the journey on a Bitcoin for this week, obviously, we have been looking at this. Apart from discussing this here with our members, but we have been calling that the cycle to the upside there was done, and we were somewhere around this area here. It's just that now I'm showing you this chart that is already here, but we were somewhere around this area here. We're just simply looking for these three-way moves here, and we expected that this was going to drop. Mind you, that there are guys like they've indicated that they are not into Elliott Wave, but coincidentally, and most of the time, our TA is always in line. We always talk the same language. It's very rare that you're going to find one pro trader saying, this is going to be a buy, and the other is going to say, this is going to be a sell. Most of our TAs is always in line. So the quick one on Bitcoin, we're just looking for these three-way moves here, and then we expected this year to drop lower. But then most of the people, if you are not in the Pro Traders large group, or you've got some knowledge of an Elliott Wave, people will just come and look at this and say, this is a three-way move here, we are going to see this to the upside there. Yeah. That's just a generic thing when you see the chart like this after completing this three-way move here. Just quickly say, this is going to make a move to the upside. Because of the experience that we have, we talk about this to our members. Even some of our members, they were asking, is it going to make a move to the upside? But we were very aware. We told them that this is so common because automatically these guys who move the market, they'll do something on the chart that they want you to see, and you see that. But we were told the guy that as much as this was a three-way move here, we're not entertaining any buys. Any three-way move pullbacks here, we're just looking for this short move to the downside. Yep. Okay, like I said, we expect this year, especially on the London Open. That's most of the sessions where I am. And that was it here. So when this was done here, I will show you that this was supported by Ethereum. So some people, they were just focused on one instrument and then they trade that only. But we always talk about this inside the group that we do not just trade Bitcoin alone. need to see Ethereum. If you look at Ethereum here, it had a very nice leading diagonal here when Bitcoin was giving us the three-way move. So that's why we were convinced that as much as this looked like a three-way move for the Bitcoin, because Ethereum was confirming this leading diagonal here, we're eventually going to see this drop to the downside. Yep. The two instruments are positively correlated most of the time. So Bitcoin, once we're done with this three-way move quick structure here, that was because of Ethereum again showing us that this three-way move pullback was done on Ethereum. So some people they would have expected that this was going to make a move to the upside here, but this was well explained that we should not see any more leg to the upside here. We wanted to see this one dropping. Yeah. At the wake of today, that's when we saw Bitcoin trading around these levels. Yeah. This is a nice big move, I must say here. But I know that most of the people they want to know what's going to happen from here on the Bitcoin. But before I pass it on Bitcoin, this was the same year with Ethereum. We're just looking at this one here to be a three-way move back here after this leading gap. Now that we expected to see this drop here, the very same thing. Giving the guys some update, and we called it Ethereum was already done here. There were nice extension levels, Fibonacci retracement level that were confluencing around this area here that was explained. And we looked at, apart just from explaining, we engaged with our members, and then they've got a different view. Obviously, they are allowed to share those views and then we discuss them until we come to a final decision. So that was the history, and then we woke up today here on Ethereum, which has already given us this drop lower here. So this was not just done just by this trade. There are a lot of things that we look for quite some time now. If you look at Bitcoin here, only 4 hour time frame, we're looking at this again. This is one of the things that was very convincing us that we've been having this strong divergence here. If you know about divergence, but this is what we're looking at here. That the market made a new high here. Then the indicator here or the RSI, it just made a new lower here. So this is one of the things that was very convincing that eventually, as much as this was pumping to the upside, eventually we were able to get this drop over here. Now, like I've said, that most of the people they want to know where to from here on the Bitcoin. As much as I've got this year to be my wave 4, those people that are familiar with Elliott wave, they will know that, if it's a wave 4 here, that will mean this is going to drop lower. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that. As much as we are showing this view here, our members are very aware that when do we say this is gonna be a drop that will take us all the way to the downside, because there are a couple of scenarios that we have here. Just for example, here. This could just face a move here. This being your 5-way move. You'll never know whether this is going to be a 3-way move and then make a move to the upside again. Or else this is just going to be a drop to the down side. But overall, what I like, what we did at the Pro Traders now, made sure that our members they don't buy into Bitcoin. As much as it was showing those 3-way move pullbacks, inducing people to go long, we strictly said we do not entertain any buying opportunities on Bitcoin. We're just looking for this bearish move. No matter how long it takes, I'm more of like a swing trader, even though I intraday and a scalp, but most of the people, they know me as a swing trader. That's why I've got that passion that such moves, I wait for them. Like I've said that when we were here, we called it, this was yesterday during the London Open here. I was with my colleague who's not here, trader up. He would have, if I'm not mistaken, Paul was there as well. This was yesterday. We look at this. Yeah, definitely Paul was there because I remember very well he mentioned a move on a Litecoin here. So we were expecting to see this drop, and eventually this is what we got here. I'm not all about bragging, but I want to take you guys to something here. Like we said it, that we are also trading the forex pairs here, and this is where I've dived in too. It's just that I did not prepare this structure here, but in one of the sessions we spoke about this move here. We're simply looking for this through a move, and we expected that this was going to drop. Just looking for a structure like this. Obviously, that was back then, and we simply got this here an easy 300 pips here. Now the expectation obviously is forecasted that this is going to make a move to the upside here, but again, you do not just go and trade this blindly here. There are a lot of things that we cover with our members. They confirm these. Yep. But overall, that's what we have been trading here. A very interesting one. If you have not seen this on our social media, has been pound US dollar. Yeah, we're somewhere around this. I'm gonna try and get some snippets of the videos there. If you are following us on our main page, Pro Traders Lounge Twitter, I'm gonna post this snippet. Yeah, how we were able to trade this move. Yeah, this drop to the downside. Yeah, that was about 300 pips. Where we saw it, yeah. Even when we saw this move, we traded this leg lower, yeah. But this was telling us that we were going to get this regular flag. This was just explained to our members, and we've been able to get this move to the downside here. Like I said, guys, I'm not bragging about this, but it is so exciting to be in the Pro
Yeah,
Traders Lounge and serving our members. That is just a few things that we have been covering there. I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to hand it over to my colleague, Patrick.
nice one, nice one. I will quickly answer a few questions, General, but I really love how your trades that we are doing and taking inside the Pro Traders Launch. We have General and Eunice, two Elliott Wave specialists, sharing their views, and we got a few questions on YouTube. If everyone could please hit the like button to help us out here to grow our YouTube a little bit, that would be appreciated, and we can do more charts and beers or free sessions for you. So one of the questions was, what are wave clusters? And it's a little bit more tricky to complain, but overall it is basically a cluster that gives really nice reversals. It doesn't matter how you call them or what. Here, for example, is a little cluster with some negative aggression, with some negative speed of delta going into the movement. You can see after we move away from the cluster, once it's printed, we basically get a really nice backtest. You can also see here are two little clusters, two little defenders, and you can see how well they are respected after quite some time after they're printed. So the green and red lines here are marked by the indicator that is provided for our members inside the launch. And I think also next week, wave clusters will be up on a lesson video for our members. We have once a week on Wednesday lesson videos for everyone from our pro traders about strategies. And speed of wave, similar to here or similar to wave clusters, basically is a simplified version of order flow. It's a template that I made based on indicators in Atlas. I did not invent anything. I just gave it the name speed of waves. You can find out yourself how to configure it or join the pro launch to get those alerts. Basically, speed of waves gives you those alerts here before the move happens. So as soon as the candle here drops and people are getting aggressive with selling, the candle turns white, it gives you an alert and it sends you a message on Telegram. So on some trades you get really nice sniper entries for scalping here at the lows, because you have like 40 seconds or 1 or 2 minutes to prepare to enter trade. And it's like really, really handy. Let's zoom a little bit back. Also on the drop here, you can see that it did not give you the alert all too early, crazy. You can see here the high alert here is at 80. I have also set the blue line here. Let's update the indicator here a little bit, but you can see what I'm getting at. If we are looking for those kind of reversals here, it drops alert a minute before, then you have a minute to look for the low, do a scalp, for example, another alert here below. So I give those levels to the members inside the launch. Here, for example, marked out the 64, and you can see here it starts to get aggressive. You get shorts into the low with negative delta, and then you get a reversal and then another reversal. And I think both of them were some really nice scalp trades, and you can do that either on, also here, for example, now we will get probably a very small reversal. We got some aggressive sells here on Bybit on the lower time frame, so it might well be that we will get a nice reversal here to stop out the shorts that went into this liquidity grab here more locally. If you check out price action right now, we have basically swing failure here, those local low time frame candles on the 1 minute chart, and we put in some aggressive sells at the lows with some negative delta, CVD dropping off, and we got an alert. So you saw here before earlier when I explained speed of waves, there was a pop-up, and I heard it also in my headphones that we got some aggression. And let me see how it looks here on Binance futures. Also here we got more shorts than longs, you can see, and also some negative delta. So definitely a nice potential here for a small reversal. And when I'm talking about reversals, and again, I'm a scalper, I'm focusing on $100 US or 1% moves, we will get a nice small reversal, or could get a nice small reversal here, basically based on the shorts that went into this level here. But yeah, you can learn more about speed of waves or the clusters, however you want to call them. Doesn't matter, they just work, and that's the important thing inside the pro launch. And I'll hand it over to PC in the meantime and check if we get some more questions on YouTube later.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. All righty. Let's go delve into Bitcoin. So, last charts and beers. We had tapped our channel highs up here, and this is our old historical channel. And we were taking shorts up here. I took a lot of profits yesterday on the short. However, that wasn't the only place that I was building a short. I was also building it yesterday. And this is when I was letting the lounge members know. If we take our local impulse up on the daily, look at the volume, and then the local impulse down. And when I say down, from the high to the low that we had at the time, which was on Saturday, I saw we were chopping below. This is what I would call a confirmation zone. I mean, if we cannot claim it, then we're going to head down. If we can get above it, back test it, we got to likely move up. Now, on Wednesday, we came up, and to start the day, we tapped this point of control of the impulse down, yet we closed the day below that confirmation zone. That's when my ears were pinned back. And I'm like, you know what? I'm looking to short every move I can. Sure, I mean, I was shorting. I think I missed this particular. No, I got this high. Got here, got a scalp in here, and I started opening up a swing. And I was compounding every chance I could get. Locally, yesterday, when we had that small grinding move up, we coached everyone through the level to short. This is the level we were looking to short. Our 382 in volume gap of the impulse, caught a couple of scalps from there. Once we started to break down from daily open, I hopped into another one, knowing that the move down was coming up. It was impending. But even if we missed, our the top of the range shorts, or we missed our point of control shorts, there are always shorts that we can take, especially if we got a bias. Now, where we landed, interesting zone here. You can see that kind of 22K has held us up for the most part. I mean, we get a wick through, not unimaginable to see with the liquidations, but we've still got the value area low of our previous impulse down is holding us up. If we are to break this level and hold it to the downside, these lows are getting taken out. Now, I remember I didn't like these lows to begin with. I took profit at these lows. I had to take profit there because it was the end of the inefficiency pocket. I was wanting some kind of a wick through to enter a long. I recall having to enter in this region right around here to catch the long. I do not like these lows. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I don't like these lows. I think they're going to get taken out. That's where I'm leaning. This is the plan, a high time frame plan that I put out on Monday for our members in the lounge. I just kind of let them know this is what I'm thinking for the week. And when thinking that we're going to get a severe, you can see I put this on Mondays when I drew it, but I'm looking for a sharp move down to clear out the majority of the buyers in this consolidation range. Now, where it gets tricky is it that going to hold? Is it going to be a short-term bounce? Do we get some continuation and maybe make a range above? Or do we head down into our mid-18Ks? We're going to have to take initial trades from here as scalps. If you're looking to try to snipe below, you got to take quick profits. You got to take quick profits. If you're taking this mid-low 20Ks trade, you got to take quick profits because it's just as easy. We could come down, small bounce, and then just continue down. That is very, very much on the table. We have this high time frame SR zone right here that we broke through with high volume and have never back tested. So this region, we cannot forget this. I know I've been saying this for months now, but there's a reason for it. It's going to get back tested at one point or another, and likely when people are not expecting it. So just make sure you keep that in mind, that even if we do get a sharp move down to 20K and we get a good bounce, that could be a short-term relief bounce. It could. Now, what I'm looking for currently, so let's go ahead and get a clean chart on here. Now, let's go ahead and move down to the 12-hour. Get rid of our call out here. Don't need that. We already know we got that. And here's a couple of updates that I had for us this morning. So when we extend out our fixed range for our impulse down high, and I want to capture the low, if we want to capture the low, we got to go past it on TradingView. You can see that we do have our value area low of the impulse. You can see it's a pretty clear SR level. It's been support until it was broken through. That would be a high time frame back test short area, 100%. That's what I'd be looking for, a back test short. And since we are holding below, I still want this impulse low taken out. I'm envisioning if we do get any volatility, it would surprise me. I would kind of expect some ranging throughout the weekend, start next week, maybe a slow move up, and then into another drop. I don't think that the market makers are going to make it easy on us to catch these trades. So, easy is going to be just dropping straight down. That's pretty simplistic. I don't know if it'll be that easy. If it is, great. I still got shorts running, but we got to envision the most likely scenario. Most likely scenario for me, we've got this big pocket of inefficiencies right here. As you can see, it's all sellers, all yellow, all sellers here. So we've back tested that inefficiency pocket. If we do not get above 487, yeah, I could see us taking out these lows. Or 502, 487, whatever the high is here. That's a fairly important zone because it's basically sellers trying to protect this pocket right here. And they've done it so far. You can see they've back tested that little pocket. If we come above it, then I got to think we're going to come up into the value area low. That is where I would look for the back test short. I wouldn't be looking at local shorts. It's just, the probability is not great for you here. Let's go ahead and extend out our pull locally and see what we have from a local perspective. Go to high to low +1. Yep. Even the local move is looking for 23, low 23s. It's saying that it could get that high, and let's take a look at the volume profile within it. Okay, it makes sense. So I would expect a little bit of a rejection here, to 22.9 up to 23, because we do have this little pocket of buyers here, and those are people who bought right here. So what I would expect would be a small reaction there. Now, whether it's a big reaction, big, or just small, we come up and tap it and then come up to come down. It's like a scalp level, scalp with potential, 29K. I like the idea of going a bit higher just because I think a lot of people will be looking at that 29K area. I'm sorry, 22.9K. So, maybe give them a small bounce down, let the shorts pile in, wick up to take out the over-aggressive shorts, and then continue our trending move down. Bottom line, I see no reason to start fading this trend. We are in a local downtrend. We're still in the high time frame uptrend, but we're kind of hanging on by a thread here in terms of market structure. We take out these lows and we've broken the daily market structure. We take out these lows and we've taken a fair amount of liquidity. If we take out these lows and don't bounce, then I'm fully confident we're getting mid 18Ks or lower. If we can manage to bounce from that level, I see a reason for that to be a bullish location to bounce. Taking out basically all the liquidity from all these people who bought in this area. Take out all the people who bought late. Take them out with a move. That makes sense to me to bounce after taking them out. But you got to be aware that it's not a certainty. It's not guaranteed that we're going to bounce if we take out this consolidation level. Yeah, it's precarious, but reading the high time frame data, it's been very simple for us. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. I said this the other day. If you're trying to learn complex trading strategies, you're probably going to get complex results. My strategies are very simple. The data is extremely simple. A lot of it's context. Not everything has to be an entry or an exit. It could be a sign of weakness or a sign of strength that helps you look locally. Maybe I need to start looking for short. Yeah, I told everyone the last 2 days in the lounge, I'm only looking for Bitcoin shorts. I'm not looking for longs. Even after we were on a live session yesterday at the New York close. Yeah, remember we got that question?
Really good session, man.
But they said, why did you not take the long after we bounced? I said, I'm not trading against the trend. I'm only looking to trade with the trend, which is locally to the downside, especially with our bearish triggers that we had from a volume perspective. So those are the kind of scenarios that I'm looking at. Either we sweep the liquidity of this consolidation range, and that is the bullish bounce. If it's not the bullish bounce, I'm not buying anything in the 19Ks. If it bounces from there, I'll go ahead and say it. I'm going to miss it. I know in my head, if we get a bottom in the 19Ks, I will not be buying the bottom. Just not going to happen. You also notice how we got a very clean tap of our high time frame range midpoint. That's not going to hold. I'm just telling you that right now. That's too clean. That's way too clean. And this range, the range really only had 1.5 rotations in it. We came up. These highs are really clean. I don't like the highs. Hence, I do like the idea of taking them out. And this is just way too clean. It's way too clean. Not going to survive. But that doesn't mean you can go smashing the short button right now. You got to know your local context, your local triggers. Until we break 22,025, I could very easily see us heading up to another $1,000. And it could take some time. Nice slow grind up, get people bullish again, then boom, rug pull them. That's the local scenario grinding up that I think is the most likely. If we do head down, right? If we just break down, boom, I'd be looking for the back test. 22,025. It's nice and simple. They're trigger levels. They're high time frame trigger levels. If we take out the value area low of this move, I expect the impulse lows to be taken out, which is right here. Just simple context, simple strategy, simple data. There's nothing magical about it. But yeah, that's pretty much, that's my synopsis on Bitcoin. What I'm looking at, the reasons I'm looking for it. Just because we're moving down, we're still in this range. This is very much on the table, So I don't think we're heading to Goblin Town just yet. We got to see what our reaction's like when we touch this consolidation range. I think that's going to be a big key for us. And as soon as we do, I'll be taking volume pulls. I'll be going from high to low, the new low, and I will see how we react to those levels, because that's going to tell us quite a bit. If we get a big drop down and the value area low is right around here and we just get a bounce and continue on down, I'm not going to just be buying this. I'll be looking for backtest shorts, taking it down to mid 18Ks. We trade the reactions. We don't trade predictions. We trade reactions. So that is it.
Well said, man. Well said.
Thank you.
We got a question for you.
Yeah.
Here from Matty. When you say quick profits, what are you looking for in percent move, more or less?
So if it's a scalp, I'm taking 50% profits, $100 from entry, or 0.5% from entry. That's your preference, whatever you want to do. I typically work with $100, but that's what I would do. And we asked the members, because I've had this conversation with them as of yesterday. We had a member who's been doing quite well. When he first joined us, he was distraught. I'm not going to name names, but he was ready to give up. Was ready to give up. And he came in, he was one of our early access members. He's been with us for months now, and he's been doing very well, improving. And he said this past week, I got to do a better job of taking profits. I have not been taking profits very well. And so sometimes you need that reminder, but you never, unless it's a designated day or swing trade, Like I've still got, I had what, 20 some odd Bitcoin running from up here. I took a lot of profits off down here because I would like to compound in a back test. But unless it's a trade like that where you know you're looking for a large reaction, then I would take 50% off really quickly. Secure your win with the stop loss. Why? You can trade the same level twice. I mean, this level here yesterday, this volume gap level, I traded this three times yesterday. 3 times I was able to get trades from this one level, short on every single time. So it's, just because you're taking profits quickly and you set your stop loss at either in profit or at entry, doesn't mean like if you get knocked out, I can't re-enter. I'm done with this trade. No, you can hop right, you can be patient, hop right back in. If it's a level, like I said, I traded this 3 times yesterday before it finally broke down. And I took profits. Every single one was a win. TP1, stop loss hit at entry. TP1, stop loss hit at entry. And then the fall. And then the big fall. So just a matter of being patient, and do not think you're inhibiting yourself by taking profits early. I promise you it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, it's really important also for scalping. If you can quickly switch over to my screen again, just to show everyone how speed of waves worked out on this move. So earlier I told you we get a small reversal because we have those aggressive shorts that came in here. And now you can see the real alert that went off and alerted us basically for a nice scalp reversal here. So basically first you see the aggressive shorts with the negative delta coming in more shorts. We get a small reversal and then the drop basically. No delta, no shorts, nothing. And then at the low, basically 1 minute before the alert goes off, beeps, and we get a nice reversal to the upside, stopping out those aggressive shorts here that went into the liquidity grab. So really nice and easy scalping trades. Also here, for example, as I mentioned earlier, 1.4%. And here we are on our way to have another nice scalp with some good profits. Got another question from someone in the audience. They are not order blocks. So the wave clusters here, they're a totally different visualization of the chart. It's not time-based, it's a reversal chart, so it looks into something completely different. It's not based on 4-hour or 6-hour or whatever order blocks or clusters. It's simply reversal clusters. You can call them however you want, but it's basically visualization based on reversals and not on time. So it's not this. Also what you can see here, for example, on those clusters, you can see that the vertical lines are all daily opens. So you have a long day with a lot of volatility, with a lot of action, with a lot of reversals. You have another short day, for example, but this is a whole day from here to here, another whole day from here to here. And if you compare those days with the days that you have on your normal time-based chart, you will see that it looks totally different. So it's really another concept to identify key resistance or support levels and to trade from them a little bit differently. But again, really easy and simple template and really easy to mark it out once you understand how to identify them. We got another question, I think, here for PC. What trend do you mostly look at our 4-hour, 1 day, 1 week in market structure?
All of them. Honestly, you cannot, you can't kind of look at one time frame and say, this is what I'm going for, and that's it. I remember just yesterday, perfect example, our New York closed session. I was telling everyone that we have local bear or bullish signs, like we're going to move up a little bit, but that we still have incredibly high time frame bearish signs. Sure enough, we got our local move up, and then we came right back down. It's, you can't, I would say you really have to keep your high time frame trend in mind because it helps you take local trades, but that doesn't mean you can just disregard local data. Just because you got a high time frame bearish trend that you're looking for. And I like market structure, don't get me wrong, but for me it's my impulse-based volume context. That's what I go off of for trends because it works extremely well and it helps you pick up on trend changes a lot quicker than market structure does. And yesterday, I've been seeing high time frame bearish signs for days now, But locally, you got to trade the local data if you're going to scalp it. And When Sailing has his scalping technique and his tools, and I have mine. And this is something, if you wanted to trade low time frame action today, this is tight range trade liquidations. Scalp long here, scalp short here, scalp long here, scalp short here, scalp long here. It's like you can take trades off different time frames. You just need to know what the trade is. I find the biggest problem that a lot of educated traders, the biggest one that they have is that they don't recognize the environment that they're in. And when I say the environment, that takes into account multiple different time frames. You need to know what your daily 12-hour environment is. You need to know what your 4-hour environment is. You need to know what your 1-hour environment is, what your local environment is. You need to know all of it because it all works together. You can't just pick one and stick with it. That's the big problem, that most intermediate traders have, is they don't recognize their environment. And the problem B is that they don't really identify their trade types correctly. So right now we're in an extremely tight mini range after a big old rinse out move. If you are trading any of these rotations looking for a massive move, why are you doing that? It's not what the situation dictates. We had a massive impulsive move. After massive impulsive moves, we typically get small ranges. So if you want to trade the range back and forth, by all means, go for it. You're getting a couple $100 moves. But if you're not taking profits quickly on those scalps, you're getting eaten alive. You have to know that this is a tight range scalp trade. I'm not buying this looking for 23K. You got to know your trade types and you got to know your trigger levels. Technical analysis is one piece of the puzzle. How you treat your trades, the time frames at which you examine your environments. Those are the small little differences that will change your P&L curve. I promise you. Because a lot of you guys that are listening to this, you have the data and the knowledge inside your head already. It's there. It's just the execution is where you have problems. And that's what we try to help with, because it takes practice, but pro traders, we've mastered the execution part. So that's what we try to help with.
Nice one. Let's see if we have any other questions. Guys, let's bump up the likes. Last comment from Ina. Thanks a lot. And if anyone else can press the like button, that would surely help us. And we appreciate it. And if not, we will, I think, call it a session. We just opened a new section in our free Discord. So for everyone that is wondering how it is inside the Pro Traders launch and what you can expect, there is a testimonial section in the free Discord. You can just join here by clicking on the link in the description and read how our traders, how our customers inside the Pro launch find the setups that are given or the educational content or the sessions that are given. So really encourage everyone to check that out. And I hope to see some of you or a lot of you inside the launch while it's still possible. There will be some really nice changes announced soon. And I think we'll leave you with that.
And one comment, if you guys do go look at those testimonials, and I would highly suggest you do, or go on the website, look at the comments there, look at the context of the comments. You're not seeing when Sailing is the best trader ever, PC nails every move. It's not what these comments are about. It's about their experience and their personal achievements that they've been able to take advantage of using our services. And that's what we like to see. I don't want people saying, PC nailed this move. I know I trade well. I'm not sitting here looking for validation. I pay my bills and I support my family doing this. That's all the validation that I need. But we've been able to provide.
That's really an important point, man.
Yeah. But it's just, we've had
that's
people
really
that
important. And I think a lot of people miss or
getting a little robotic over there.
Oh man!
Yep, the sailboat's getting into the high seas.
Yeah. Sailboat's getting into the high seas. Let me see if I can get that back up. It should be better now.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. Again, it's not important who we are and how good of millions of money we make. I, for example, live on a sail yacht and travel the seas now since 4 years, only doing trading. And the important thing is how we can help you to become a profitable trader. It's not about showing and flashing millions of positions, but really helping you out to become profitable yourself and to be on the same journey as we are. Because it does not help you if I show you everything, but you cannot take it over yourself. You need to be the master of your life, of your trades, and be able to do it yourself. Because once we're not around, what are you going to do? Are you waiting? Oh, please come back once someone is on holiday? Are you like, wait, I need a signal? No, you need to learn it yourself, and you need to be able to be profitable yourself. And that's the most important thing inside the Pro Traders Launch.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, 100%. Couldn't agree more, man. Because I mean, we worked together as a team before Pro Traders Lounge started, and we like working as a team. We do better working as a team. So all we've done is just expand our team out to you all. And if you're one of those people who are saying, "Oh, this is just a scam. If these guys are such good traders, why aren't they just using their own techniques to trade and make money?" Well, guess what? I am. I am. And I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to get you guys out of that 9-to-5 life. If you don't, I mean, it was a lifesaver for me developing these techniques. And I'm just trying to help our members as well. So if you have that thought, well, these guys, why don't they just trade? Well, we do. I take the trades right alongside our members for everyone to see. So if you haven't given us a shot yet, check us out. You never know when time is running out to do so. And that's where I'll leave it on that point.
Yeah, well said, man. Nice one, guys.
Alrighty.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, let me remind everyone real quick that everything that we discussed was for educational and entertainment purposes only, and all trades discussed were paper trades. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay prepared. Be patient. Don't get excited by some mini range chop. Be patient and be decisive.
Definitely. Mostly.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
Wonderful. Take care. Have a great weekend.